Chosen One!
Welcome to The Chosen One. I am your host, Qui-Gon Din, and today on The Chosen One, we're going to be talking about leveraging Sev and Scorch. This is kind of going to be similar to a Unit 101, but more on just Sev and Scorch in general, as they are the new hotness that Republic has. So again, Sev and Scorch are a 5-cost support with their tactic, yes, more explosives. The big thing on their card is Rule 17. This is the ability that we really want to leverage, and there's really two ways we can go about leveraging Sev and Scorch onto the field and really take advantage of their kit. On one end, you can play them with their box mates, Boss and Fixer. This is a very strong individual squad, and you can pair it well. The disadvantage to keeping Sev and Scorch as a Delta Squad only style play is that the list has a lot of gas going out the gate, but as you start taking wounds, you're really relying on Boss's Force Refresh to keep Sev and Scorch going. And in a Delta Squad list, Sev and Scorch are good, but Boss is the real headliner. Boss is the one that's going to be your big playmaker. He's going to be doing a lot of combo plays with his bomb ability to move clones and just deal damage, get his refresh. He is the big piece that you are going to be wanting to Shatterpoint more often than not. But there's another way we can leverage Sev and Scorch into a place where you can really kind of make them a build around. They're going to have some disadvantages inside these build arounds rather than pairing their full box together. If you're building around Sev and Scorch as a tech unit, you're not going to have access to fixer dice, but by playing them under pawns and on an 8-point primary, they get 4 deployment, which means Rule 17 is something that can be very much leveraged, and you get a little bit better force economy, so you can use it longer in the game. Pawns cost no force to use. The 4 deployment on Sev and Scorch allows for a lot of play on shifting priorities, and utilizing Rule 17 on characters like Padme, who can give them an extra dice. There's a lot of play patterns. You can also leverage them under units like Kit Fisto, who can really just, you have a whole side of your board that's protection, steadfast, like innate on points. It really allows you to just take advantage of these guys. And if you're playing them with like pawns in an 8-point primary, I definitely recommend playing Mace on the other side. Mace or a type of primary that can bring you the force economy to just really enhance what these guys are doing, because you want to be using Rule 17 as much as possible, even if it's costing you 2 force. It's something that you can really leverage. And under these guys with Padme, Rule 17 becomes useful even like when they're wounded, because Padme can make supports contest when they're injured and wounded, so you can get more use out of it. The way I look at leveraging Sev and Scorch is, if you're leveraging them under a boss list, Boss is your star, Sev and Scorch are aiding Boss in what he's doing. But if you're playing them in any other list, like with pawns, Sev and Scorch become your rock stars, and they kind of become your star player in the list. So this is just a short little video on a little bit more thoughts about leveraging them in different style lists. The advantages to running the Delta Squad as a whole is, you get more synergies with Fixer, you get the added dice, their output gets a little bit more consistent on their turn. But the downside to this list is Rule 17 quickly becomes unaffordable the second Fixer goes down and Sev and Scorch go down. They become huge targets, and your force economy in that list makes it so Rule 17 is hard to pull off. The advantage to running them with pawns and under an 8-point primary is you can really make them your rock star if you build your list around them, The downside to that is they are not as consistent on their turn without Fixer. They're still good. They're still going to do work, but you're using Seven Scorch as a combo piece when you are playing them with pawns rather than you're leveraging all of Delta as a whole as a really aggressive play option. I think Seven Scorch are really a workhorse if you build around them, and you don't necessarily need to be playing full Delta box to be building around Seven Scorch. Like I said, my take is if you're playing Seven Scorch outside of Delta, they become the rock stars. If you're playing them in Delta, they become a tool that's utilizable by boss. That's just the way I see it. Um, Definitely give pawns a try. The pawn Seven Scorch package under any 8 primary Republic piece is great. I haven't found a bad primary to put under them yet so far. I could see you putting them under Ahsoka 1. I could see you putting them under Luminara to really just take advantage of it. I could see you putting them under Padme. I'm really liking the Padme list because Padme really makes Rule 17 a lot crazier of an ability. And Padme also brings more mobility. And when you're looking at your list, Padme brings 3 Force, and on your activation, 7 Scorch and Pawns aren't going to spend any of it, which means Padme can use more of her abilities. And as your stuff goes down, your Force economy is not getting thrashed right off the bat. I definitely feel like 7 Scorch are less of a wounding unit and more of a shoving, controlling points. They are very good at playing the objective. I find that they are very strong under Mace Windu as well when you have Mace Windu on the other side, especially if you can get Mace in that bubble with them, because a big weakness to 7 Scorch is the struggle flip. When the struggle flips and the points turn off, they lose that protection steadfast and they become a target. Mace Windu can kind of double up on that protection steadfast so that if the struggle flips, Mace can still add some layer of defense to these guys. Obi-Wan is another place where you can play Obi-Wan, Pawns, and 7 Scorch, and then you can play Rex across from that in another combination. It's just overall very, very solid, and can't go wrong with 7 Scorch, so play them. Thank you for watching this episode of The Chosen One. If you'd like to watch the next video, you can watch the one in the link above, and if you want to listen to the podcast, you can listen to the playlist below. Thank you, and have a nice day. Thank you for your support. Please like and subscribe.